Joe. Come on over here, Joe. Yeah. Well, welcome to the Last Scout Show. I thought I would spend it out here, start it off out with the horses. Hey, I'm getting it for you. And say good morning to y'all. And go and do what I like to do best, hanging out here with these guys, you know. So I got some things to cover in today's show. Nothing major, just simple things about having good manners and not really getting too political. Got a video at the end for you that I made a while back that I'm going to show to you. Here you go, buddy. So y'all hang on, and we'll get on with it. There you go, bud. Oh, one of the things I think about is I think about manners and how in a lot of ways we seem these days to have a completely lack of manners for being appropriate, being kind, being helpful to other people. And I got to be honest with you, that bothers me because I had a grandma Sarah, that she, boy howdy, if young men didn't exercise good manners, she was real quick to let you know about it. And I guess today manners are a funny thing because everybody's worried about being politically correct, but I ain't going to talk about politics. I'm just talking about being a, what's the way to put it? Just being a good-hearted, respectful human being. I know that I always say yes sir, no sir, no ma'am, and don't matter how old they are. Hell, even to young kids, I'll say yes sir, or no sir, or whatever else is appropriate. But you know, this thing about I open doors for women, doesn't matter if they're old, doesn't matter if they're young, doesn't matter if they're little kids. I'll open the door for them, you know. And it's nice when I come across, you know, a young person, young man, young woman, girl or boy, that when they do address me as yes sir. I'm not offended by it. Doesn't bother me at all. I find it to be brought about probably by the way their folks have taught them, or the grandparents, you know. But always big on manners. You know, I can't understand these people that get offended when you use manners. And sometimes you'll just get the funniest looks from people when you're exercising using manners. And I've never really done it any other way because that's the way I was brought up to do it. Now, I know that I've had certain people. Hey, Joe. Joe's sitting over here. He's sniffing the PC. You know, matter of fact, hey, buddy, you want to get in on something? Come here. Come here, Joe. Oh, you want that over there? Okay. Well, I got something for you. Anyway, back to manners. People actually get offended by you opening the door. People actually get offended by you addressing them properly and in a respectful way. You know, it's no wonder so many of these young people are messed up right now about all that. You know, and don't know. You have to be taught manners. There's no doubt about it. You have to be taught manners. And I mean, I reckon there's self-help books out there. Hell, there's self-help books out there for everything, huh, Joe? And there you go, boy. And it's just amazing. Well, heck, I remember one of the things I remember real good about back when I was a kid, and that was all men carried either a handkerchief or a bandana. You know, the suit men, well, they carried handkerchiefs, and the cowboys, well, and the farmers, they always carried bandanas. And bandana can be used for a lot of things. Heck, you know, be used to keep your neck warm, be used to wipe the sweat off your brow, and be used for a lot of things. And I'll tell you right now that I'm so I don't know if the word's cowboy fight or whatever, but I just like the old rules and the way things were done, to the point that for bandanas, I carry two bandanas. One's to do work with and one's to wipe my nose, and the other one is to offer a lady or a young woman or whoever needs it if they're having a crying spell. You know, I try to think in those terms all the time. Never hurts to have a backup. Hell, you never know when you might need it for a tourniquet or something. But yeah, I carry two bandanas just simply because one's for me and my personal use, and the other one's for someone that may be in some kind of distress, whether it's emotional or physical. So it's just little manner things like that. You know, when I'm at the line in Walmart and I got like a basket full of stuff I need to get through, if there's somebody behind me that only has a couple items, I'll let them go first. You know, I know what it feels like to be hung up, and I don't want this person to have to wait on me. Not that you know that they're better than me or anything like that. It's just common courtesy to do something like that. But a lot of people won't. But I see quite a few that do, especially the elder people. And this thing of sometimes I ain't really sure how to put things. I mean, I got the thought in my head, I got the concept, I just have a time articulating what I'm thinking. But you know, let people go ahead of me in line, stuff like that. And I'll tell you what I have done before too. I have had like just let's just take being at the grocery store for instance. I'm going along and there's some person that ain't as tall as I am. I'm 6'1". They ain't as tall as I am, and they're trying to reach something high. I will offer to get it for them. I have no problem doing that. You know, I never try to let a person feel like, oh, well, you know, you're short, I can reach it for you. No, it's not like that at all. It's like, boy, they sure put things high up on the shelves there. You want me to reach that for you? You know, and people seem to be appreciative of it. But there are some people that just kind of give me this look like, well, I can do it myself. Well, I understand you can do it yourself. I got no problem with that. But I ain't trying to intimidate you or say nothing about you. I'm just trying to help you, make life a little bit easier for you for that 3 or 4 seconds. But manners, unbelievable that manners have been so forgotten, you know. And I'll tell you what, you take a look, and I'm going to be doing a segment on some old books and stuff like that. But if you take a look at one of the old Boy Scout handbooks, I'm talking about, from the beginning up until 1975, it discussed how to be a gentleman, how to practice manners and what you should and shouldn't do. And yeah, the old thing of Boy Scout helping an old lady across the street, well, yep, still believe in that. You know, I will help any person I can that I see around me that needs help, simply because it's good manners and it's a respectful thing to do, and it's a humanitarian thing to do. And I hate seeing so much of that get lost. You know, I watch some of those videos on YouTubes and watch how these young people interact. They disrespect their elders. They they have no concept of what an elder is and how to talk to one. You know, here you got some eight. Look at that incident that happened in Washington. I think it was Washington or no, New York a few weeks ago. You know, this young guy doesn't like what this 56-year-old man's saying, tries to kill him. Yeah, literally. And you just look at the exchange between intercommunication exchange between a young person and an older person. Younger person thinks that equal rights means I don't have to respect anybody, which is another thing I don't understand, is people demand respect. You know, you disrespected me. Well, hell, I don't even know you, you know? And chances are I didn't disrespect you. You just got offended by something I said or didn't like the way I said it. But now you've already thrown down the gauntlet on me disrespecting you, so we can't discuss it out. I don't know. I ain't complaining. I ain't whining. I'm just pointing out facts of life anymore. You know, the way that I was brought up, the way that I see it, how I think about it. But as far as manners go, I'll still use manners. And if you get offended by me using manners, well, you've obviously got issues that you need to work out on certain things. I can remember one time, and this was like over 20 years ago, when I was up in Montana and living up there, and I was dealing with this one lady, and I referred to her as ma'am, and she goes, I don't run no whorehouse. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I just said ma'am. I didn't say madam. Now, you know, if you don't understand the breakage down of English language and what things mean or what they refer to, saying yes ma'am ain't calling you the runner of a whorehouse. No, it ain't. I mean, I was quite, but let me tell you what, after that, every time I had to deal with this person, man, I turned on the long, skinny boy Texas cowboy charm. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Can I run over and get that there for you? Don't lift that up. Let me get it for you, ma'am. It'd be my honor. Yeah, you doggone right. But you know what? Eventually that person just shut up about it, never said another word. And that was the end of that. So anyway, well, that's about all I got to say on manners this morning. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next segment.
Chin that fiddle and make it sing, chin that fiddle and make it sing, chin that fiddle and make it sing, sing that toodle-umbo. Rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, sing that toodle-umbo. Slap that bass and make it jump, slap that bass and make it jump, listen to it, thumpy thump thump, that toodle-umbo. Rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, sing that toodle-umbo. Listen to that hot guitar, listen to that hot guitar, listen to it set afire neath that toodle-umbo. Rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, rag back the other way, toodle-umbo, sing that toodle-umbo. Listen to that sassy thing, listen to that sassy thing, listen to that fiddle sing, sing that toodle-umbo.
That little video you just watched, well, that was Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. Old school country, western swing. So anyway, after I got done out with the horses today, had to come back, had to take Abby, our son's little dog, up to the vet, get her taken care of. She's getting much older. She quite the little dog, got one little eye, as sweet as can be. Been with us forever. Found her underneath living underneath some steps at a house down in Texas, and our son was in high school at the time, and brought mom down there to come look at this dog that he wanted to get, and here come out this little bitty puppy, and she's been with us, oh gosh, over 10 years now. But anyway, she's doing fine. She's doing fine. But I hope y'all like animals. I think people that like animals, I think they're special people. I think they got something in them that a lot of other people don't have, that don't care for animals. Now I know a lot of people are real kind of bent about cats, because cats like live in this mysterious world that we don't really know about. We just see them at feeding time, and when it is they want something and they want to be petted, they'll come be petted, the mysterious cat. But we've had some good cats over the years, and can't complain. I had one cat one time. His name was Osiris. He was apple-headed Siamese cat, and when I would go for a walk, the cat would come with me, follow me down, follow me back. Yeah, he was a great cat. But anyway, well, talked about manners earlier and things of that nature, and just before I conclude, I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on here with the Last Scout show. I'm trying to keep it non-political, because I know that we all need a break from the madness, and I know that I ain't high polished, and my production quality ain't up there with some of them spit and polish guys that run on YouTube, but that's okay. You know, this is down home. This is from small town rural America on the Missouri-Kansas border, and it's the way it's turned out to be, and I ain't got no complaints about it. But I'm glad you spent some time watching, and I got some other things coming up. I do want to talk about old books in the near future, and things of that nature. History, I love history. Love history a lot, and so, and not the Common Core type history. Oops, said something political, sorry about that. And just a lot of ideas going on, but it's all good. It's all good out here in rural America. The missus got her atrium going in the living room, and taking care of all of her orchids and all her wide variety of plants. And actually, that's what I see when I'm sitting here doing things on the PC, and, well, for instance, putting together this show. You know, and it's some beauty to look at. She does raise some beautiful plants. She's definitely got the green thumb, but her dad really had the green thumb, and I kid you not, one time he took some seeds from an orange that he was eating in the living room in his favorite chair, and got up, walked out, put 3 or 4 of them seeds in the backyard. I mean, he didn't do nothing special to them. I mean, there wasn't like this digging or, you know, let me get fertilizer and let me get the right mix of organics and all this other stuff. Nope, he just took it, pushed it right down into the ground, 2 or 3 of them, and wouldn't you know it, the Mrs. Father grew these great big orange trees that were constantly full of oranges, and they were good sweet tasting oranges too. The man definitely had the magic green thumb. He truly did. But so I got the atrium to look at while I'm talking to y'all, and maybe one of these days I'll turn the camera around so you can take a look at it. But there are links below to where you can check out some of the social media that I'm on if you want to. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this show. And I got other things planning. We'll see how it goes. You know, leave some comments, give me some thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I really would. And if you got any suggestions for me, you can, you know, don't want to put online, or any comments that you don't want to put online, or any suggestions on anything I might do other than go to hell, well, you can always email me at lastscout.radio@gmail.com. So I appreciate you watching. Oh, and by the way, I did start off with the horses this morning, and to get this show started at the beginning. And so I'm just going to go ahead and end it with a video that I did with the horses. And in the true cowboy spirit, I sang to our horses. Y'all take care. This is the Last Scout. This has been the Last Scout Show. God bless.
Living proof that I sing to our horses. One night while I was riding the graveyard shift, midnight till dawn, the moon was as bright as a reading light for a letter from an old friend back home. He said, last night I run into Penny. She's married and has a good life. Boy, you sure miss a track when you never come back. She's a perfect professional's wife. And she asked me, why does he ride for his money? Tell me, why does he roll for short pay? He ain't getting nowhere and he's losing his share. Oh, he must have gone crazy out there. I read up the last of my letter and tore off the stamp for black gin. And Billy rode up to relieve me. He just looked at my letter and grinned. And he asked me, why don't they ride for the money? Tell me, why don't they roll for short pay? They ain't getting nowhere and they're losing their share. Oh, they all must be crazy out there. But then they've never seen the northern lights, never seen a hawk on the wing. They ain't never seen a spring in the Great Divide. No, they never heard old Camp Cookie sing. Yodel-lady, yodel-lady, yo, yodel-lady, yo, yodel-lady, 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 yo, yodel-lady, yo, yodel-lady, I-D-O lady. Your lady who, your lady who. Night Rider's Lament. Thank you, Miss Heather.